What if your biggest obstacles could become the very reasons you succeed? Today, we're uncovering the mental shift that turns setbacks into stepping stones. It's a transformation that can change your life, and it starts by tapping into one powerful concept, the growth mindset. If you're ready to stop playing small and discover the real potential that you've been overlooking in your life, you need to keep listening. But first, ask yourself, am I genuinely happy with how life looks right now? Is everything as perfect as I want it to be in my life? Now sit with that thought for about 60 seconds while we hear from our sponsors, then we'll jump into your superpower.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our first ever mega sale on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save over 50% on this season's flannel sheets. Queen size only $59.98. Kings only $69.98. They sell out fast every year, so order now. Save 20% on our brand new My Crosses. They're designed in the likeness of the one I've worn every day for over 20 years. They come in men's and women's, and they're made right here in the USA. Get our 2025 6-piece My Towel sets for only $29.98. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, just $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our first ever mega sale. But wait, remember that $75 free shipping rule? Well, that ship is sailed because right now, every order ships absolutely free.
I sleep on a My Pillow. I sleep on My Pillow Giza sheets with a My Pillow body pillow. I have My Pillow towels, and my wife wears My Pillow slippers, guys. I would absolutely never recommend a company I don't use to you or believe in. We're proud to have Mike Lindell and My Pillow as sponsors of the Driven to Thrive broadcast. You can go to mypillow.com and use the promo code THRIVE. Yes, I know, super original, THRIVE, right, for the Driven to Thrive broadcast. Use the code THRIVE for up to 80% off your order and free shipping on orders over $75 just for our listeners. Check out what My Pillow has to offer. It's not just bedding, guys. They have over 200 quality products, most of them American made, and I absolutely love being affiliated with the company. I use them all over my house, and I think you're going to love them too. Now, on with the show. Welcome to the Driven to Thrive broadcast, purpose, growth, and lasting impact for men. I'm your host, Brent Dallin, and we help men go from living to thriving, purpose-filled, intentional lives. Let's get right to your superpower, because that's why you clip the episode. You want to know what your superpower is. And your superpower is that of growth mindset. It's the only superpower you need. I know everybody wants to fly or be super strong or some crap like that, but really, the growth mindset is something you already have, or you wouldn't be here, and it's the only superpower you really need. People who don't have this superpower already, they don't listen to shows like mine, so I know you're already in the right place. Now, if this is a new term for you, let me share this quick specifics with you of how this looks, or the concept, I should say. Carol Dweck first introduced the concept of growth mindset in her book, Mindset, the New Psychology for Success, in 2006. In the book, she explored the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, emphasizing how our beliefs about our abilities can significantly impact our success in various aspects of our lives. Big breath. Including education, business, and relationship. Dweck's research over the years has shown that individuals who believe their abilities can be self-developed by themselves through effort and learning, aka a growth mindset, are more likely to achieve success compared to those who believe their abilities are fixed and you just got what you got. So let me explain why this is a superpower for you, because a lot of people have heard the term at this point, but they don't understand how it can impact and how it can impact and change their lives. So let me tell you a quick personal story, you guys. A few years ago, I was sitting in my office at my corporate job and just going through my day, and I get a company email that says, hey, here's your 401k, click here if you want to take a look at it. And like many people, there was very little understanding what a 401k actually did for me or how to manage it effectively. Like, I didn't know anything about it. It was just something they said in the interviews. And I thought, well, hey, I got this link. I should check it, right? So curiosity led me to just click on the link and see what was there. What appeared was a huge wake-up call. You see, I had what was called a rollover 401k from my previous company that was at this same company that managed my new 401k. I thought, well, that's cool. I can see them both. Yeah. But what I found out was all that money was just sitting in what they call a money market account. Now, if you don't know what a money market account, this isn't a financial lecture, but I'll go over it real quick. A money market account is very safe. You're not going to lose money, but you're also not going to gain money. It's basically an account that stays with whatever you have in there until you invest it. See, I didn't know I was responsible for investing that money from my rollover account. I just thought it rolled over into something else and it kept making me money. What I found out was for 6 years, thousands of dollars have been sitting there not doing a damn thing for me. I was wrecked. 6 years of my money doing absolutely nothing. But I didn't know I was supposed to do anything with it. It became obvious that financial literacy was lacking in my life, which sparked a personal crusade to learn. Books, podcasts, YouTube videos, every available resource was consumed for over a year. Eventually, I learned enough about it that it became clear that my company's 401k may not be performing as expected. And so I made the tough decision to pull myself out of their program and stop having money pulled out of my check. And I started investing independently, which actually turned out to yield better results for me than my previously managed plan. It's not financial advice, guys. This is not a financial channel. I am not a financial expert. I'm not telling you to go run your own 401k like I did. What I want you to know is the big lesson that came out of this experience wasn't about finances. It was the realization that anyone can learn almost anything on their own. There's enough information out there that if you take charge of your own education, you can transform a weakness into an area of new strength and growth.
Are you serious?
It's absolutely possible. There's just so much information out there if you're willing to jump into your growth mindset and take advantage of it. And that's why a growth mindset is a superpower, gentlemen, because you can take on and learn anything you need to pursue your goals and your best life. It puts the future in your hands and in your control and makes you responsible for it, which can be a little intimidating, but at the same time, it's entirely empowering. Like I said, I went from knowing nothing about money and finding out the hard way. I knew nothing about finances to outperforming on the stock market with my own retirement funds compared to the professional my company was paying to take care of our 401k, because I put in the effort to learn. And so can you, because if I can do that, that was such a weak point in my life. If I can do that, then you are absolutely capable of pursuing your dreams and learning everything you need on your own to become the person you want to become and live the life you want to live.
You can do it!
Now, the formula for you to utilize this critical superpower to advance your life forward in the direction that you want to go is super simple, and we're going to blast through it. Number one, identify what it is you need to learn to benefit yourself. Highly successful millionaire entrepreneur and YouTube personality Dan Martell has often said the most valuable investment you can make is teaching yourself high-value skills. I became financially literate, specifically in the area of investing. Where you are in your life and your goals will dictate what those skills are for you. Now, there are high-value skills that are always high-value. Skills like communication, marketing, sales, programming, languages, fitness, your own fitness journey, nutrition for yourself as well, or finance. They're always going to be high-value skills. Depending on what your goals are, there may be other things that are much more valuable to you in the current time frame, and they may take priority based on your needs. So identify what you will benefit from learning as you're working on your journey. Number two, find your medium. Now, since you're here, podcasts are likely a good medium for you, which means you are inclined to learning through auditory response. You are an auditory learner. right? If you go back to our elementary school days, like, and I can't say they teach this anymore, you learn that there are certain styles of learning. And if you're in a podcast, then you're probably an auditory learner. I am as well. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm also good at listening to lectures and keynote speakers and taking things in because I grew up a preacher's kid. So I'm programmed and have taught myself to learn via listening. You probably know that, and that's why you're already listening to podcasts. Maybe you're visually driven and that's the best way you learn. So watching videos on YouTube with the right YouTubers, and there are a lot of hacks out there, but watching the right videos on YouTube, you can learn a lot of things, and that's a good resource for you if you're that into that learning style. Maybe it's books you like to read, and that's the way you process things the most effectively. Or you might be an audiobook person, which puts you in the same category as podcast listeners. Find the one that resonates with you most effectively and fits in your life. A lot of people like to listen to books or podcasts while they work out instead of music. The majority of podcast listeners are while people are actually doing other things, like in the car or working out. It's the most common form, and it's common for audiobooks as well. If one of those two mediums works for you, the good news is both those mediums will probably work for you very effectively. And so I recommend if you do one, try the other as well. Whatever your medium is, do it. Like, just start mainlining all the data you can. There's so much information out there. It's just for you to start consuming that information. Step 3 is to supplement liberally with the other mediums. Malcolm Gladwell in his book Outliers popularized the idea that it takes 10,000 hours to master something, to achieve mastery. Now, if you spent 3 hours a day it would take you 9 years of your life to reach mastery. And that is stupidly overwhelming. Josh Kaufman, another author of The First 20 Hours, How to Learn Anything Fast, argues that it only takes 20 hours of deliberate intentional practice to become competent at a new skill. Now, competency will get you a very, very, very long ways. You don't have to reach mastery for it to start having a major impact. And anybody can reach competency in a relative short time. Now, here's a tip for you. Experts agree that 2 to 4 hours a day is about the suggested study maximum for a new skill, because you pass a point of diminishing returns if you go past that. Whether that's 2 to 3 or 4 hours, somewhere in between, that's going to come down to personality in you. But anything over that, you're just crashing your system. You can only process so much new information every single day. A more effective approach, however, which is why I say supplement liberally with the other mediums, is called immersion. The fact is, it's actually the most successful way to excel your learning is through immersive learning. Any linguist will tell you the fastest way to learn a new language is to go immerse yourself in that culture in a place where that's what they speak. If you go to France and you don't speak French, immersing yourself in the French culture and being around people who only speak French, you will pick it up faster than you will going to high school French. That's just a fact.
Parlez-vous français?
So watch videos, read books, listen to books and podcasts. Huge benefit from hands-on practice. That's a really big needle mover that people overlook. And another really big tip is to talk to people who already know the information that you're trying to learn. It's one of the reasons that YouTube is popular, because it connects people who know things with people who want to learn things, right? It's actually the top reason people go to YouTube. Our brains are tuned in to learn that way. However, if you can find somebody who has that skill or ability in real life, IRL, in real life, then communicating with that person, you will actually learn things quite a bit faster than you will if you were just to learn it one of the other ways. Number 4. This is the painful one. It's put in the reps.
How much you bench?
You can and will do it if you want to learn things. 20 hours of deliberate practice to become competent is actually very accurate based on my own experience as a trainer for people in various disciplines, both in things like IT and in the gym. 20 hours of deliberate practice will get you a very, very, very long way. That is enough to start making huge differences in your life. However, once you achieve competence, you have to decide if you need to pursue it past that towards mastery, which can take a lot more practice, or if you need to start working on other skills to move toward competency while only practicing enough to continue that skill. But I can tell you from personal experience, the difference between a 185-pound bench and a 315-pound bench is just a lot of reps and time under the bar. The difference between an I can cook to survive and a great cook is a lot of time in the kitchen cooking. Put in the reps. The more reps you put in, the faster you learn. Like I said, you can burn out if you go over 2 to 4 hours a day. Now, here's one of these cliche sayings that I absolutely hate. The sky is the limit. You may not think a growth mindset is a superpower. It really is. A growth mindset that you already have possible in your life unlocks the door once thought permanently closed. When you thought things were possible, guess what? A growth mindset makes it possible. It's not about innate intelligence. It's about the decision and the willingness to learn and put in the effort. People have shifted careers, built successful ventures, mastered new hobbies, even learned languages with no formal schooling, and they do it every single day simply by believing that they could and putting in the hours and the effort. So what's holding you back? If you're still listening, that means there's a hunger for more out of life, a willingness to break free from old limitations. The only hurdle is deciding to pursue knowledge and adapt a growth mindset. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you that the path is not always easy. It will require perseverance, intentionality, and a readiness to challenge the old ways of thinking that you have established. And that can be really jarring to try and challenge long-held beliefs. But rest assured, if one person can do it, if I can do it, anybody can do it. The power is already within you. So embrace it. Take action. Let that growth mindset guide you forward to a fulfilling future. And live to become the man that you are meant to be and that you want to be. Keep learning, keep growing, most importantly, keep thriving. I'll be right here with you every step of the way. You can always find us at purposedrivenmen.com. Thanks for tuning in, gentlemen. Until next time, stay driven, stay intentional, and keep building the life that you are meant to live.
This has been the Driven to Thrive broadcast, Purpose, Growth, and Lasting Impact for Men, brought to you by The Fallible Man. If you found value in today's episode, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a show with insights into purposeful and intentional life beyond the American dream. For more resources and community support, visit purposedrivenmen.com. That's purposedrivenmen.com. Keep thriving, gentlemen, and we'll see you in the next episode.